We are joined now by the Education Minister, Liz Truss. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
So you're encouraging companies to offer apprenticeships, paid work experience. We have almost 1 million young people out of work and not in education training. Are you going to be encouraging those people to take these places up?
Well, absolutely. But what we're also doing is we're encouraging students in school to take these subjects. Because at the moment, we've got very few girls in particular going on to do A-level physics and maths, even though they're in massive demand from employers. And it's not just things like engineering or science that there are careers available in. Even in marketing these days, you need to understand about big data and statistics to be able to analyse customers. If you're in sales, you need to understand numbers. These skills are really important whatever job you go into as the world becomes more and more technological. So what we're saying is we want to encourage young people, particularly girls, to take up these subjects at A-level so they can open the door to lots of different success.
Yeah, we've got a situation where one of our leading pharmaceutical companies facing takeover, which could see some of, many jobs in this sector be lost. Is that the right message to be sending out at this time? Should the government be stepping in to protect those jobs?
Well, the government's working very hard, of course, to attract the best companies into our country and to make sure that we have the right skills available. But the important thing I'm saying today is if we don't get the education right, if we don't have young people coming through with those skills, and at the moment only 2% of girls do physics at A-level, that's a tiny proportion when you think of what an important subject it is for engineering, for the tech companies. I went to a tech company called Unruly yesterday. They have a brilliant offering. It's a global company that is expanding around the world. Every one of the people in that company has at least A-level maths because they need it to do those jobs.
Would you describe the lack of girls, young women going into science as a crisis in our education system?
I think it is a major problem. We do have record numbers of girls doing physics at GCSE, but we don't have enough doing it at A-level. And I think too many girls in particular don't understand the opportunities that careers in those subjects can bring. We did some research on what 14 to 16-year-old girls think, and they came up with words like dull, male, irrelevant formulas. And yet these are the subjects that are a massive passport to success. And if you want to set up the new Facebook, you want to create an app, you need maths and physics to be able to succeed.
Do they have a problem blowing their own trumpet? We've been talking this morning about lessons in America for girls to learn how to boast.
Now, I think there is an issue with confidence, and there was a recent study by the OECD which showed that even though girls were as good at maths as boys, they didn't think they were as good. So they were less confident in their abilities. And I think one of the roles of teachers, one of the roles of parents is to actually really encourage girls to come forward, say what they're good at, and be confident that if they work hard, they can really do well.
As an education minister, you must be extremely concerned about what's going on in Nigeria with almost 300 girls abducted simply for going to school. Should the international community be doing more?
Well, we are doing a lot as the British government to help with this situation. William Hague has offered lots of help to the Nigerian government and is working with the international community. I do think it's vital that action is taken. There's a very important point here, not just for the families of those girls who are suffering tremendously, but for the whole principle of the importance of girls getting a good education, of being able to live with confidence and being able to have those doors open to them. And it's a very bad message that's being sent, that's not a good thing for those girls.
All right, Liz Truss, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Good to see you this morning.